Hi guys, George here. Today I'm going to bring to you a video, a tips and tactics. However, it's not going to be solely related to squad leader, advanced squad leader. It's an attempt to answer the question that certain people have asked me. How do I go from squad leader to advanced squad leader? Now, for those of you that don't know what squad leader is, it's the original game that was started by John Hill in the late 1970s, and it involved uh, the original 12 scenarios with guards counterattack. There was modular learning. Okay, so you would read up to a certain rule set, and you would begin playing slowly. And each scenario uh, involved different rule set up to the full rule book. As you can see, this is what they call penetration, whereas we have a rate of fire and fire lanes. A bit different, but the roots of Advanced Squalor is what you're looking at now. You see flamethrowers, right? It was a very involved game and a very popular game that gained worldwide attention. And here you have AFEs. Let's just go through the rule book and sum it up. And AFEs with the to hit table, the kill table, front facing, the whole kit and caboodle. But you didn't have armor factors back then, and there was no distinction between the three figures and the two figures for squads and MMCs, multi-man counters. You had counters for Panzerfausts. What else did you have? You also had artillery, OBA, radios, and FFEs, half tracks, star shells, night rules, which were quite random at best, and the Americans. So basically, in the basic game, you had Germans, Russians, and Americans. Here we go, second level, rubble and fires, and it ended with scenario 12, the snow rules, and a scenario on the road to Wilts. So all in all, that was the basic game, and then what followed was uh, Cross of Iron, Crescendo of Doom, and GI Anvil of Victory. Um, so what does that entail in terms of rulebook reading? Um, Let me provide you with a small spreadsheet right here. Let's make it a little bit bigger right there, and let's make it a little bit larger so everybody can see the figures here. In terms of rule reading, with the classic game with the three gamettes that followed, uh, ranged from the green color code here is medium or low complexity depending on your level of expertise. Cross of Iron and Crescendo of Doom were in the middle, and GI of Anvil, I would say, was very complicated to incomprehensible, or the rules were too complicated to be played. And overall, it would, if you were to read just the rules, not including the Q&As and all the errata, you would be looking at a minimum of 170 pages. And the tragic thing behind Classic Squad Leader is that it was one, a victim of its own success, and two, the scenarios were balanced and meant to be played with partial rules, not the you. For example, scenario 12, you had to play with rules 1 to 100. I don't remember the exact rule that ended, but you see, it was only a fourth of the rule set. Um, right now, if you want to transition to advanced squad leader, you're looking at two options. You can, if you're comfortable, if you were comfortable with GI Anvil of Victory and you could master that level of complexity, you can jump right into Advanced Squad Leader right off the bat. If not, you can see here with the starter kit option, you have starter kit 1, which is infantry, starter kit 2, which is ordnance, starter kit 3, which is armored fighting vehicles, and starter kit 4, which is the Pacific Theater of Operations. I only put uh, the total for starter kit 4 because the starter kit 4 rulebook is readily available on PDF at the MMP site. You can download it, but I highly recommend that you own at least one of the starter kits before you do the download. 36 pages, and that in a sense you get the complete game uh, with the PTO theater as well. You don't get ETO. Perhaps they'll come out with it. And there's also other packages that introduce certain specific rules to that particular module, like decision at Elst. Um, Having said that, everything should be easy uh, and intermediate for ordnance, AFEs, and PTO. Uh, and having said that as well, there are certain rules that were in the classic game that are not found in the starter kit scenarios, for example, overruns. And they're omitted because ASL starter kit is supposed to be a simplified version of everything else. Okay. Now, having said that, if you do want to go to the up to the advanced game, there are a total of 253 rules, which that total does not include chapters H because chapter H is modular depending on the nationality, and you would probably not have to read, but be familiar with the Germans and the Russians, right? You can gradually read chapter H. It excludes ASL Deluxe, which I believe is chapter J, and Sassel, which is chapter S. And Sassel, for those that you don't know, is is uh, is a solitaire advanced squad leader, and it's a different game in itself. It's not only a chapter; it's really a bit different than what we're used to playing. Um, Having said that, if you want to jump um, into ASL, I just noticed a small mistake. Terrain should be green, being intermediate, and ordnance I would say yellow to red. Okay. So what does this mean? If you want to go uh, into ASL, what I recommend is getting your feet wet. My friend David Garvin on Facebook recommended his route path, which is go to Starter Kit 4, which has everything, or Starter Kit 3 if you don't like PTO. Uh, Learn the basic module, 36 rule pages, get some coaching, and take it from there. Once you're ready to get your feet wet with Advanced Squad Leader, do not attempt to read everything from A to Z, all 253 pages all at once. Start with infantry, then terrain, or you can do the opposite. You can do terrain and infantry in that order. It's reverse order, but what the heck. In Chapter B, you also get certain other interesting terrain like obstacles, you get mines, and booby traps, which is really interesting. And you would only find booby traps in the classic game in GI Anvil of Victory, I believe. Now, once you've mastered terrain and infantry, you can progress to ordnance, then you can progress to AFVs, and then the miscellaneous chapter. Now, the miscellaneous chapter, I found it a bit complicated because there's drift, there is the night rules, and there's paratroops and whatnot. They're a bit involved, but you'll master them over time. ETO, to be honest with you, I haven't even read ETO yet, and PTO. I've touched base on PTO. Um, Alain Chabot twisted my arm with respect to PTO, and I'm still trying to master PTO. A lot of people are. Don't expect, don't set your expectations too high. Progress gradually, and you'll be happy in the end. Um, so I hope I shed some light on the learning curve that you expect and the learning path that you should take if you want to go into advanced squad leader. Having said that, am I advocating that people abandon squad leader? Heck no, heck no. Let's put things in perspective, okay? The classic game itself gained worldwide um, worldwide popularity. There are there are people playing Squad Leader across the globe, in Poland, in Greece, in Europe, across the pond, as we like to say, or the UK. Um, as far south as Brazil, maybe more south than that. It's 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 um it's a global phenomenon that MMP is sitting on. Is there still a market? Well, that's not for me to decide, but based on what I can see, there is a lot of nostalgia. There's a lot of people that are yearning for a reprint. And if I was in a position to make a business decision and a business case, I would say why not keep both of the games? And in order to bypass the cost of production and the cost of shipping it abroad, why not make an electronic version of it? It's the age of the Kindle, it's the age of the tablet, it's the age of the laptop and mass media, electronic mass media. So why not take advantage of that medium and make a reasonable profit? Um, there's a lot to be there's a lot of profit to be made on nostalgia. I know that MMP brought back Panzerblitz. Why not Classic Squad Leader? Um, and an electronic copy makes sense. Um, that's my two bits. I ranted now for 12 minutes, and it's my second video of the week. I hope you enjoyed it. If there's another topic that you would like to uh, have my 2 cents about, comment below and like and subscribe. As always, I'm very grateful for everybody that subscribed to the channel. Keep up the good work, guys. Keep on watching. I appreciate you all. Take care.